Thank you, Priya, for being a part of Margary Dobrowalji.
Thank you.
I'm going to start off by asking you a little about Margary itself. You know, you've been a performing artist and performing in the Margary for so many years. What does Margary mean to you, really?
Margary means the most beautiful time of the year in Chennai.
Right.
Getting up early in the morning and listening to both, there's so much music in the air. Margary means Pongal in the mornings and Tirupalai. The word Margary itself is so romantic, right? And it's got a very poetic feel to it. And I think for every dancer, our calendar starts on December 1st or perhaps December 15th, the Margary season calendar starts. I have many beautiful memories of Margary. Because right through growing up, Margary has been special because of the music and dance that goes along with it. As a young child, when I used to go to performances with my family, Margary meant something. Those performances had a certain, experience to it. And then as a young teenager in going to college, thinking that dance was going to be my life, it was very exciting to have the Margary season because in Chennai it was at that time during our growing up years that you saw a lot of music and dance. So we saw a lot of great performances. We were very excited, and all of us, we were a nice group of young girls who used to meet at the conferences, stand outside, discuss the performances that we saw. And I remember coming back late in the nights by rickshaw with my cousin from the Mylapore Fine Arts Club, sitting in a rickshaw with the organ and singing all the songs that we had heard. And then as a young wife, then as a mother, and then it was after I had my children that I started dancing regularly, and really my professional life became, I think I matured as a professional. So Margary then has come to mean something else. It means gearing up for the season. It means making sure that your performances are well balanced. Thinking about the audience reaction after a performance, and really the most exciting part of the year.
Right. You've performed across the world, Priya. What is it about performing in Chennai that makes it so special?
I think because Bharatanatyam's home is Chennai, our home is Chennai. Everybody here has grown up with music and dance. So maybe they may not, all of us may not understand music and dance, but we're exposed to it so much that it's difficult, it's very difficult to please the Madras audience.
Right.
So it's always a challenge, and I think Madras is where all of us, wherever we perform in the world, we love it, wherever. But Madras is where our heart lies during the season.
Right. Yeah. So this year, in addition to presenting new repertoire, you're also wearing the curator's hat, and you're convening one of the most prestigious conferences, the Natyakala conference. Tell us about this balancing act of thinking for presenting work and also thinking through a conference and curating a large conference of that has this kind of sort of.
I have done one conference a year for 2 years, the Natya Darshan by Karthik Fine Arts, that's chaired by Sri Sabbarathan. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. When we were growing up, the Natyakala conference was the conference that was there when I was younger. So all of us would really look with awe at all the conveners and artists on stage. So for me, it's very exciting to be putting together the conference. I love challenges, and I love putting a lot of pressure on myself. I mean, after all, I started dancing again at a hectic pace after my 2 children. So balancing the family and dancing is always a huge task. But I love exploring all that is possible by us. You know, I always feel there is no limit to what we can do, and it's very challenging. So I really enjoy curating, being the person to conceive of and conceptualize the conference. It has been exciting, you know, thinking of who would suit what topic, thinking of the concept, and inviting the artists. And everybody has been extremely gracious. Their confirmation has been spontaneous, with pleasure, and it has been a very pleasant experience. I also have a very efficient group of people who are working with me to make this conference happen.
Priya, you spoke about pressure on us, and you spoke about sort of an internal sort of how dance has been a sort of inward-looking sort of journey for you, and Samahit also sort of needs contradictions within. Does it also stem from your own personal journey in dance itself, that you're curating a conference that really means contradictions within and also brings together presenters and performers from across genres of the performing arts?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I think as a dancer, while we are working on a piece, it's amazing how much of information we have to collect, how much of understanding has to go in before you can really bring out place. So we try and understand the poetry, we try and understand movement, we try and understand language, we understand the society, culture, gender, and theatre, and how to understanding space, how to present something, how to communicate. So dancing alone is not enough. As long as we were with our teachers, our gurus, a lot of the responsibility was on them. The guru shaped you, and if you did exactly what they said, you were happy and they were happy. But as professionals, as mature dancers, artists who we are, always under our gurus, but we work on our pieces as we present our pieces. I mean, the influences that go into making or creating a piece is something what inspired me for this, because I wanted to, under one roof, bring artists from different disciplines. We can hear their viewpoints vis-a-vis the dance, vis-a-vis the art, and we can hear the dancer's viewpoint. So basically we've tried to cover different disciplines. And it's interesting about Samahit because when we were in Milad Fest in England, Srimati Leela Sampson, an artist whom I respect very greatly, she had done a piece called Samahit with a collaborative piece with a young Kathak dancer. And I found the word Samahit so fascinating, its contradictions within, she said, the meaning was. And I felt that it was so apt for the theme of the conference. And so Samahit, contradictions within when parallels meet, when the different disciplines meet.
Just going to ask you one last question, really, which is about, although it's a dance conference, it seems like, there are so many, different performing arts and artists who are going to be part of the conference. So would you think, this conference could also attract students who are not just dancers but also who are interested in visual arts, performing arts? They're going to be artists, they're going to be sculptors, they're going to be architects. So do you think, curating a conference like this also is an attempt to bring together not just dancers but also people who are interested in the arts per se?
It's very interesting you said it. Because that is our idea, absolutely. That was the bottom line when we're trying to conceive the concept of the conference. Because the idea is we're isolated as a community. We don't want to be isolated as a community.
Right.
The very idea is very influenced by everything around us.
Right.
So we don't want to have a conference where only dancers are going to attend.
Yeah.
So the idea has been to invoke an interest, a spark in artists from other genres, so that they would be interested in coming to the conference. And also this time we thought, as something that for the first time, we thought we'd show 3 documentaries on 26th, 27th and 28th on performing arts for the interest of students of theatre and film, and see how parallelly in the Kamakoti Hall, because we thought it would be interesting to see how artists look at dance from behind the lens, through the lens. And so the idea is to have artists and students from all disciplines.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best for the conference.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much. Thank you.